If you Google search Rob Fix and Google search Letters Design, I've been making this movie since 2006. Letters Design is just one of 14 movies. One of the movies is called Get Shorty. It's about the war on drugs. Alright? I shot this in Lake County, Illinois, at the Lake County Courthouse in 2007, June of 2007. My daughter's graduation and my niece's wedding. Moses parted the Red Sea, Shorty parted some rednecks. I applied for Martin Luther King's job because I wanted to fight racism in the courts. Racism in the courts. Public Accommodations Act. I've been fighting this fight since 1986. The war on drugs, N62528. That's Wes Moore. He the governor now. That's Eric Barron. And they sent this back. If y'all going after President Trump, y'all got to go after Scott Shellenberger. I want a grand jury 2023. Governor Hogan won't be running for office. He's going to be running from a federal investigation. He made $4 billion off of free slave labor, off of inmate slaves, off of inmates. Like I said, I was making a movie. That's the Lake County courts. Shorty parted the Red Sea. Moses parted the Red Sea. Shorty parted some rednecks. That's Fox 45. Like I said, I gave y'all this information a long time ago. That's D'Souza, and that's me from Zion. This is Barbara Mikulski, 2008. See? 2009, Barbara Mikulski. False imprisonment for filming a documentary. Just like Emmett Till, just like Freddie Gray. I'm not dead. I'm here to tell the truth. That's ABC 2, and that's the role the media plays in misinformation. Like I said, I'm making a movie and a book, and these are the books. That's Ivan Bates. You go to Ivan Bates, he got this information. We're going to have roll call. Because I never got a trial. And that's what I'm shooting for. The Supreme Court or the grand jury. And y'all got to answer that. That's States Attorney Mosby. All right? That's States Attorney Mosby. That's 2021. She been had this since 2014. That's Peter Francott. I got to have an audit. I'm out $250 million. Intellectual property theft. It's covered under the Constitution, First Amendment. That's Governor Larry Hogan. And he got to answer that mail. You see when he got it? That's Mayor Brandon Scott. Shorty, pull your mask up. Shorty, pull your mask up. Well, Brandon Scott answer that mail. All right? Y'all made me famous for that, but you never paid me for that. You feel me? That's President Biden. President Biden, President Trump, President Obama, President Bush got this. It's letters to my president. Letters to my president and Letters to Zion. That's 2 movies. That's Xavier Conway. All right? And we talking about the clerk of the court. That's Senator Bill Ferguson. He got this. That's Delegate Caitlin Young. He's on the Judiciary Committee. Session is over on April of 10th. So you got this information. You got to act on it. It's this letter right here. The same one that I tagged in this post. That's Mayor Brandon Scott. He got 2 letters he ain't never respond to. That's Councilman Itzy from Baltimore County. We're going city, county, state, and federal levels. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. We're talking about your courts and your corruption in your courts and how you use your positions of power to protect it. That's the Maryland Black Caucus. Y'all got this. So in 2011, y'all locked me up and I couldn't come to the 2011 session. So I got everything I need. Y'all got everything I'm talking about. Y'all got this letter right here. The Maryland Black Caucus got this letter. All right? That letter is addressed to Wes Moore, the governor of the state of Maryland. And you got to act on that information. That's Senator Adrian Jones, Speaker of the House. That's Chief Justice Mary Barbera. That's Natasha Diggs, the public defender of the state of Maryland. That's Eric Barron, the Department of Justice. The same way that you're going after President Trump, you got to go after Scott Shellenberger. You got to go after Scott Shellenberger the same way that you're going after President Trump. That's the Department of Justice. I was kidnapped by the state. Property was stolen. We're talking about white supremacy, and you can't use your position of power to protect the Democratic Party. That's Wes Moore. That's Wes Moore. You got mail. That's Delegate Stephanie Smith. She got mail. That's Westmore again. You got mail. That's Judge Audrey Carrion. She got mail. My whistleblower's complaint. That's Ivan Bates. And that's Ivan Bates. You feel me? That's Attorney General Anthony Brown. Y'all talking about the dream team? Well, we're going to make that dream a reality. That's Delegate Sheila Roof. That's Jared Germanis from the Board of Elections. And we talk about voter suppression by the Democratic Party in the 2022 election by Governor Hogan. Like I said, we're going to the Supreme Court with this. Thurgood Marshall. I'm a whistleblower on the courts and the corruption in the courts. That's Pam Woods in the Baltimore Sun. She worked for the Baltimore Sun when y'all wrote that story about me. The Baltimore Sun, the Waukegan News Sun, ABC2, CBS, NBC, WBAL, David Collins, Jane Miller, Barry Sims, Mackenzie Frost, Rachel Aragon. Yeah. That's Jeffrey Shorty. That's my friend. Ask him about me. That's the Baltimore Arts and Promotion. Ain't no law against making a movie. That's Marble. Ask Marble about me. I used to work at the Corinthians. I worked at the Corinthians for like 15 years. I was making a movie there. Ask this lawyer about me. He know me, he know my wife, and he know my kids. We cater for his New Year's Eve party. We do his Christmas party and his New Year's party. Yeah, I'm going to pull y'all's card. There's 52 of y'all that participated in that. To Thomas V. Miller, I got a whole video channel about him called Puppet Law. We talking about Waukegan in Lake County and Baltimore City, Baltimore County. Yeah. Our legislative districts is, I'm going to pull your card. We're going to talk about the people that run the city. We're going to talk about the people that run the city. You see that? Kevin Plank. Peter Angelos. Yeah. H&S Bakery. We're going to talk about the people that really run the city. Pataracases. See who that is? That's the Office of the States Attorney. Get my paperwork. They got the paperwork. That's Barry Freelander. I did his daughter's graduation when she graduated from Garrison Forest or St. Paul's. His oldest daughter. That's Jack Young. I know Jack. I know Mayor Brandon Scott. I know everybody that's been in politics since 1997. Everybody. I know everybody who's anybody in Baltimore. I'm making a movie about Baltimore. Y'all let Justin Fenton make We Run the City. Vanity Woods did We Got a Monster. Well, I got a beast, and I beat the beast. Contact Jack Young. He called me all the time. That's the Comptroller's office. I need a federal audit. A federal and a state audit. Like I said, I'm out $250 million. Making a movie ain't against the law. Kidnapping is. See who it is? Baltimore City. I'm going to pull y'all's cards. This is the University of Baltimore. All right? Associate Dean, because I'm going to ask the School of Law to represent me in the Supreme Court. I'm going to ask the School of Law to represent me in the Supreme Court to see if I can make this movie about Baltimore. That's Mr. Bazemore. He's going to be my prime witness. Mr. Bazemore going to tell you everything he know about me as long as I've been doing what I've been doing. That's Baltimore County. See who that is? All right? We don't want nobody saying that they don't know about this. I took your card for a reason. I've been knowing Mr. Muse for a long time, so we're going to talk about it. Senator Muse. Delegate Clippinger. Clippinger got mail and information. Clippinger done sat on the board, on the Judiciary Board. Now he's the chief chair of the Judiciary, and he won't respond to this legal material. He's a lawyer, an officer of the court. He got to act on that information or he could be disbarred. That's Senator Antonio Hayes. He got my book, I Am Dred Scott. He got the book. Got the emails. Got the office numbers. Like I said, I came to Annapolis to pull your card, and I'm going to pull your card. Jackie Addison has this information. Told y'all I was making a movie about y'all. There ain't no law against making a movie about y'all. Baltimore, Rewired, The Money Behind the Machine. Y'all seen the book? Y'all read the book? The New Face of Old Jim Crow? Y'all read the book, The New Face of Old Jim Crow? Well, I'm just naming y'all. I'm putting the faces and the names with the new faces of old Jim Crow. I'm showing you the plantation politics. Contact Carl Jackson. Carl Jackson seen this book. Carl Jackson seen this whole book. Ask Carl. Yeah. That's why when I call y'all out, it's a roll call. University of Baltimore. All right. School of Social Justice, Criminal Justice. University of Baltimore. College of Public Affairs. Liberal Arts and Policy. You feel me? I got that. Pulling your cards. That's Elizabeth Embry. She used to work for the Attorney General's office. She worked for Brian Frosh. Now she's a delegate. She's on the Judiciary Committee. So you got to act on that information. You got that mail. You got that mail. That's Sheila Roof. She's my friend. She's going to testify on my behalf. How long I've been doing it. She was an activist before she became an elected official. David Moon, you've been sitting on this since you've been in office. You've been shielding the corruption since you sat in that seat. You don't deserve to serve. You don't deserve to serve. Kathy, you don't deserve to serve. I asked you if you're going to protect the Constitution. Well, my constitutional right is a freedom of speech. The right to make a movie about you. Social media for social change. Yeah, I don't need you to sign a movie release because everything I got on you is in public display. Now you got to answer this. Do you stand and protect the Constitution, or are you going to protect the machine? See who that is? That's Cynthia McCaskill. She's my friend. Ask about me. She used to see me at the Corinthians when I worked at the Corinthians. See who that is? Heddleman. Heddleman is in Baltimore County. Baltimore County is where y'all took my property. Baltimore County is where y'all arrested me at, and y'all got to pay for that. Do you represent the people, or do you represent the machine? Do you represent the people, or do you represent the machine? Because y'all have not answered my emails, y'all have not talked to me, and this has been 90 days of session, and y'all have seen me in Annapolis more than once. Legislative, Prince George's County, Darrell Barnes. Yeah, the majority whip. Mr. Barnes, you've been knowing me since you sat in that seat. Every year, y'all do the Black Legislative Caucus, and y'all do your agenda, and y'all ignore me. Well, 2023, the world is going to see. Baltimore rewired. Plantation politics. See who that is? Baltimore County, House of Delegates. All right? See who that is? Baltimore County, Ways and Means Committee. We talking about the money behind the machine and how you use the positions of power to protect it. All right? Ways and Means. Yeah. Y'all owe me $250 million y'all took from me. Intellectual property, contracts, movie releases. I had 14 movies. I was getting ready to do this for 14 years. So y'all got to pay for that. I was releasing a movie every year. Every year. Transportation Committee, Environment. That's from Senator Van Hollen's office. Senator Van Hollen, Kwesi and Fumi, Cardins, Mikulski. Y'all got all this. Like I said, it's the war on drugs, and it's a war on the black community. Public Defender's Office. You got this. And when I got locked up in 2011, y'all was all over me, calling me and asking everything. Go to Mark Steiner. Get this information from Mark Steiner. We're going to see what WEEA radio got to say. Yeah, being black and white America. Talking about plantation politics. This was a movie. Evidence in an art piece. It's a Rob Fix production. And everything that Rob Fix got to turn over to the federal government. Like I said, I want the grand jury. I applied for Martin Luther King's job and y'all got mad. It's Passover. It's Easter week. The Jews was in Egypt for 400 years. You let them go. We've been in America for 400 years. You gonna let us go? Way down in Egypt land, tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. That's the grand jury for Scott Shellenberger. You all going after Trump, you got to get Shellenberger. And y'all had the evidence. 1402 Lochner. I was kidnapped.